Cool. Hello, my name is Marco. I play in a band called Kiss Your Friends that used to be called Daddy and the Long Legs, and in this video I'm going to show you how to play our song, Can I Hide in Your Bedroom? Okay, first things first, this song is definitely one of the most difficult songs I've written for the guitar. When I wrote it, I was not a good enough guitar player to play it. Really, that's how I get better at playing guitar, is writing parts that are out of my reach. So, the song is in E. There's really only 3 main sections of guitar part you have to learn, and the intro is kind of just a dumbed down version of the main, like, A part, so to speak. It goes like this. You'll have this kind of E chord, that's the open E string, and the 4th fret on the high E, and the 5th fret on the B string. So 0 4 5 0 4 5 0 4 5 0 4 5, and then the next chord is this G sharp on the 4th fret of the low E, and then the 5th fret of the G string, and then the open high E. So 4 5 0 4 5 0 4 5 0 4 5 0, and then 2nd fret on the low E, 4th fret on the high E, and open B. So 2 4 0 2 4 0 2 4 0, and then open A, 7th fret on the high E, 6th fret on the G. But the second time you'll slide it down to the 5th fret on G like this. So 0 7 6 0 7 6 5, and then open A again to the 4th fret on E, and you keep that finger on the 5th fret of G, and then there's the little riff that kind of ties it back around to the beginning of itself, and that is 5th fret on the high E, pull off to the 4th fret on high E, and then this little slide from 5 to 7 on the B string, back down to 5th fret. So altogether it's going to sound like this. So after the panic sinking its claws into me, that is when you'll start to play the more like developed version of this same chord progression. So that first one again, 0 4 on the E, 5 on the B, you'll do that same thing, open E again, but then you'll move up to 7th fret on the high E, 4th fret, and then 5th fret on the B, back up to that 4th fret. So I just leave this whole shape here, these two, the 5 4 on the B and E, and just use my pinky to play 7 and 5 on the E and B. So it'll go like this. And then you play the exact same noodle that kind of ties the chord progression together. When I do that on that first chord, I play both of these notes, the 5 on the B and 5 on the E, just to give it a little zap. And then this is a move that I found very uncomfortable at first. You're going to play the same chord, that same second chord with the 4th fret on E and the 5th fret on G, and that open E. But then you'll play the same pattern, but you're going to add the 2nd fret of open E the second time. So 2nd fret, and then 4th fret with your ring finger. And then the little noodle that wraps this around into the next chord, pull off these 3 notes. Or I guess you're going to pull off 2 notes, but it's 3 notes altogether that you're tying. So 4 4 2 0. What we've got so far is make sense? So right after pulling off that 2nd fret of the high E, you're going to put that pointer finger down on the 2nd fret of low E, pointer pinky finger on the 4th fret of high E, just like before. Pull off, open B, hammer onto that same fret, but like 4th fret of B, and then open E. And then slide that pinky up to the 5th fret, put your ring finger down on the 4th fret of G, and then you're gonna put that 2nd fret back on the high E and pull it off. So. That last chord is actually the same because we have that noodle in the intro. We're just gonna save that last part and add noodles to the first 3 chords. So, all together. Alright, if you've made it this far, you're doing great. I feel like I'm not making sense with all this hammering on and pulling off and stuff, but whatever. So we've covered the intro and the main, like, guitar part, and that's going to come back later. This is when it gets to the despite my resolutions, here I am, right, where the chord progression changes. 4th fret of A, 4th fret of the high E. So pull off, put it back on the 4th fret, and slide up and down 1 fret. So 4, 5, 4, 2, 0. Does that make sense? Then same thing, but with your finger on the 2nd fret of A. We're gonna borrow a very similar move from that last chord progression. So we're gonna start with the 2nd fret on the D string, 4th fret on E, pull off to open, open B, 4th fret on B. But then we're gonna do that thing where you like hammer on and pull off a few different notes, and you're just gonna pull off to open in between. And it'll be 4, 5, 7, 5. Or I guess 4, 5, 4, 5, 7, 5. But we do need to change our bass note somewhere in there, and we're going to change it to open A. So you'll do, and then when you get back down to that 4th fret on B, we're going to change to an A bass note. But you're only going to play through that chord progression as is 1 time. The 2nd time around, we have a slidey riff to get us way up the neck to here, and I'll show you that in a sec. So. And the 2nd time around, when you get to that A, it'll change. You play it all the way up until you get to that 4th chord where you're playing the bass note as A. And we're going to do this slide from 4th fret of B to 7th fret of B. But really, the note is 7th fret. Like, don't even spend any time on that 4th fret. Just whoop, get right up there. So 7, and then 4th fret on the high E. And then you'll play another bass note of A in between. And then 9th fret of B, slide up to 12th fret of B. Then we'll do 12th fret of E, and then pull that off to open E. So just like an octave real quick. So it'll sound like this. I accidentally pulled off both fingers there. Forgive me, I haven't played this song in a long time. The fun part now. I'm gonna hold my guitar up like this so you can see up to this business. So this chord progression for this last part, I guess like the C part, the like flashy, tappy, solo-y part, is the bass notes are the same, they're just shifted an octave up. We're just moving that whole thing 12 frets up. So where before our bass notes were the 4th fret of A to the 2nd fret of A to the 2nd fret of D to the open A, our bass notes are going to be like that, but just move it all the way 12 frets up to get octaves. So it'll be 16th on A to 14th on A to 14th on D and then some other special stuff I'll show you about in a sec. So we're going to start with the 16th fret of A as our bass note. We'll do a lot of hammering on and pulling off. 16th fret of E, high E, pull off to open, hit that bass note again, 16th fret of A. Then 12th fret of E, pull off to open, bass note, 14th fret of E, like this. Then bass note is going to now be 14th fret of A. And we're going to do 14th fret of E to open, bass note, 16th fret of E to open, bass note, 17th fret of B. So all together. Okay. We'll do the bass note on the 2nd fret of D. Oh my god, sorry. 14th fret of D, 19th fret of E, open, bass note, 17th fret of B, pull off to open B, bass note, and then just put your finger right back on the 17th fret of B. So, all together. Okay, and then we're going to take both of these two fingers, slide them down just a fret. So we should be on 13th of D, 16th of B. And we're going to do a move almost exactly like from before when we did the hammering on, pulling off up here. Except we're going to do that up here. And you're going to pluck both of these with your right hand at first. You're going to pull off that 16th of B to an open B. So with your right hand, after you pull off that 16th of B, you're going to hammer on and pull off 17, hammer on and pull off 19, hammer on and pull off 17 again. And while you do that, in sync with when you're hitting these notes, you're going to hammer on from 13 to 14, and then from 14 to 16 on the D string. And then, pull it back off to 14 after that. So all together should sound like this. And the second time around, once you get to the end, you're just going to keep pedaling back and forth between these notes, the 13 and 14 and the 16 and 17 on the D and B respectively, for 2 bars. And then wiggle it around really hard with your finger, tapping it, and then etc., etc. I'm not really playing these as clean as I could, but if I've done my job correctly, you should be able to play this song now, or at least learn how to play this song now. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for liking the music enough to want to learn how to play it. And yeah, I'll keep doing these from time to time. I guess comment if there's a song of ours that you specifically want to know how to play. If not, I'll go fuck myself. Have a great day. Goodbye.